Cradle Mountain. Come up here to today do an overnight trip. It's going to head up towards Hansons Peak, and we're going to go around Hansons Peak via Dove Lake Track, and then overnight at Scott-Kilvert Hut, and then come back tomorrow by the same direction. So it's a mighty cold this morning. It's about 11 o'clock, 19th of February. I did say February. And there's snow on top of Cradle. You probably can't see it on the GoPro, but had a light dusting of snow overnight. So it's been a really pleasant week, low 20s, and the cold front's moved in overnight. So I was pissing down in Launceston. So I thought it'd be all fogged in up here, but surprisingly we can still see the top of the peak. 6 degrees according to the little car thermostat, so it's, yeah, certainly feels that way. Single digit, cold, wet, damp. Showers, this movement across the top of Cradle. And it's starting to surround us already. It's all part of the adventure. So I might just knuckle down and get to the top of this little hill on Hansons Peak Track, and then we'll have some more things to chat about. So we're only 15 minutes up the Hansons Peak Track, and see the showers kind of rolling through. It's spectacular. Big waterfalls coming off the top of Cradle Plateau on the other side of Dove Lake over there. So obviously got a lot of rain and snow last night, so it's that delicate balance. Trying to keep dry and warm, but not overheat at the same time. So it's off with the gloves and beanie, and then on with the gloves and beanie, on and off I reckon for the rest of today. But anyway, it's kind of perfect temperature, so single digit, like I said, 6 degrees in the car, and snow on the top of Cradle, so it's certainly cool, but heading uphill kind of offsets that, warms you up a little. That's one of the passing shower that's coming right at us. So we just had a little bit of a passing storm, had everything in it, a little bit of hail, driving rain, and now the sun's popping out in the distance. And just met a couple who said it's been snowing Scott-Kilvert for the past day and a half, and they've been walking through snow on their way back, so we might get a little of that on our way through. Just put all our rain gear on, They're about to strip it all off again. Alright, so just made it to the top of the little gap here on Hansons Peak Track. Still spitting down a little bit of rain, but it's clearing quickly behind us. A bit of sunshine. Just a couple of little, this section of the track, just a couple of little rock sections which you kind of need to get on all fours for, especially when it's a bit wet. It's not slippery, just a bit of caution. There we are, first part done. We're going to head down that way, wraps around the lake somehow, and then behind, wraps around up behind Hansons Peak over there. It's just getting covered in cloud. Certainly incentive to keep moving as soon as you stop. Any bare skin, you feel it. We'll just keep going, get off the top here. So there's that turn off, so you can go that way to Hansons Peak over the top, or where we're going, Twisted Lakes Track, which all downhill for the next few minutes. Good thing today there's no real wind, it's just wet, so it's certainly cold, but doesn't have that wind chill factor, thankfully. Here just a few weeks back, and well, probably a month back now, and it was stinging hot, clear summer day. The many faces of Cradle. Just go across to your left. It's easier. So I just stopped momentarily, just to take off our raincoats and quick bite to eat. So the little gap, just there, it will just come down, so you come down short, sharp little hill, and then a little bit boggy and wet through there. Hasn't been helped by the rain the past few days. Blue sky. It shows you how quickly it turns. And it warms you up quite quickly too. according to the map. It just kind of winds around. I don't think we'll get down to the lake's edge, but and then up and around. Very pretty. Oh. Surfing here, so it's a bit boggy with all the rain they've had, but good little track, a little challenging up and down. Even though I'm covered head to toe in clothing, I'll certainly be doing a leech check when we get to the ranger hut. So you can see Hansons Peak above us. It's probably about halfway, maybe not so much around. Oh, those beautiful little lakes appearing now. So we're around the back of Hansons Peak now, just about to start the climb up to the little gap. Turned into quite the little adventure, this track. Short little ups and downs and the rain and the mud. Alright, well, we're getting absolutely pelted by hail. I can't tell what's over the ridge, but so we're going to turn back. Discretion's the better part of valour. So do the right thing and just head back on Twisted Lakes track. We're probably 3/4 of the way around. So at least we know the terrain we've got to get back onto the main Hansons Peak Track. So it's now 2:30. We'll come back and try another day. Okay, so we're back up on top of back on the Hansons Peak Track now. So, well, it wasn't what we planned for today to be here. You need to look on the positive side. It's all a good experience. How you pack your pack, how you get your wet gear out when you need it. Those waterfalls are just pouring down. That shows what kind of day it is. There's only, including our car, maybe 3 others. And everybody's called it quits today. We'll come back and try again. Well, we might.
Hello.
gotta, like I say, look on the bright side and learn from this one. Bit disappointed not to make it to our target, but it's not going anywhere. We'll come back. The weather's a bit more favourable, I guess, but pretty clear. Days like today, it's not if it will rain, it's when. So pack cover on from the get-go, wet weather pants on. The only thing I didn't really do right, set off without my cover and my wet pants on, off. So, everything else seems to have worked okay, so it's good to put your equipment through its paces. Shoes are shockers. The old Kathmandu's. They're great for walking around the supermarket, but well, to be fair, they have done one overland. Multiple hikes in the snowy, Ben Lomond, Wineglass Bay, so I kind of got my money's worth out of them, but I think it's time to retire them for a shiny pair of scarpers. But everything else, pack, cover, sticks, weather gear, I'm pretty happy with my little setup. See well, you probably can't, but the snow's now melted off the top of Cradle. So there's a good solid dusting there this morning when we set off. That's probably the major learning point. Don't start a hike at 11. So Twisted Lakes, pretty track, but yeah, it's a bit physical, up and down, and lots of tree roots. And of course, days like today, it's absolute quagmire. So halfway up to our knees in mud, which is great fun, but it does slow you down. So I think if we or anybody watching wants to go to Scott-Kilvert via Twisted Lakes, started early, 9 o'clock or so you can take your time. On a day like today, you might probably want to start a little bit earlier. See, it's cold down here. So, there you go. We'll come back and try again.